Hey, welcome back to the channel, man. Welcome back. They just got one of the suspects that they've been looking for Young Dolph, man. If you guys are just tuning in, I want y'all to like this video right now. RIP to Young Dolph. Go ahead and let me know where y'all from. And if you listen to Young Dolph, man. So they've been looking for a lot of these suspects for a long time now. They searched everywhere through Memphis, through Tennessee, through Texas, all the places that the people who the suspects, their families, and their friends have been hiding out at. Remember, most of the dudes that got caught early on for the Young Dolph, they got caught trying to hide out or their friend driving them. Remember, straight drop, they crossed the state line. FBI sent a tip saying they saw their car, and then next thing you know, they get pulled over right by the truck stop. And so one thing you got to understand, they've been looking for these people for a long time. They watched Yo Gotti and they watched Moneybaggyo and Black Youngster. They found out the exact people that they've been talking to, seeing secretly, and having them drop off certain items and take certain things and dump them in the trash can. They've been following these people, and they finally found out that they've actually caught more suspects that from the Young Dolph that they've been trying to hide all of Yo Gotti's evidence. They try to burn the videotapes. This is what they caught them on the actual stakeout, like pulling up to Yo Gotti's house late at night, and they're pulling to the garage and close the garage door. Then 3 minutes later, the garage door opened right back up, and you see the same car backing out. What did Yo Gotti give to these suspects that they were taken to the dumpster? Because every time the feds followed them from Yo Gotti's mansion, from Privé restaurant, from any of Moneybagyo's properties, they always go to the dumpsters. And then that's why they ended up rummaging through the garbage, and the feds found burnt tapes from the Makita's cookie shop that show Young Dolph walking in, that show Young Dolph getting like ran up on, jumped. They sneak attacked him, man. They brought him through that back door. Makita's Raven unlocked the door that morning. She even said it. And so they went and tried to change the story. This is why everybody that's involved, they stopped talking to the detective investigators, because they got caught in the lie. After the third time they got interviewed and the stories didn't match up, it was a contradiction. This is why they picked the jury that made sure that the whole grand jury, they not from Memphis at all. Because if the grand jury is from Memphis, then they know that one or two or three of them people could know Yo Gotti. They could know Young Dolph. They could know Maurice from the cookie shop. So they don't want nobody tampering with this at all. They're going to get the justice for Young Dolph. The people who did this to Young Dolph, they're going to get a lot of time for it, man. And nobody feels sorry for them, because they shouldn't have did nothing like that, man. A lot of people got to realize, people that was hating on Dolph, they were in the wrong, man. Everybody knows this. It's either CMG or Young Dolph. And if a lot of people, I know that's Yo Gotti fans listening to this right now, still say that, oh, it's CMG for life, this and that. What y'all gotta understand is that CMG's over with. Once they break that whole thing apart, they getting hit with a RICO. They used the CMG money from the music, from the hits and everything, to put the money on Dolph head. This is why they should have never had Big Jook and Govan a part of the organization, because they just took down themselves. Yo Gotti, he basically told on himself by sending the money to Big Jook to go put on Young Dolph head, by sending Govan Hernandez to go and be basically the guy who organized it all together and kept the eyes. He was the eyes and ears for Yo Gotti, because he put them two in it, and them two already were on Fed paperwork, especially Govan, because he was caught up in LA from the last time they tried to run up on Dolph. Black Youngster was caught up from the Charlotte incident. They put two and two together, and they found out, why is it that the people who keep like becoming person of interest for Young Dolph keep coming back to working for CMG? They keep coming back to working for Yo Gotti. And they were seen inside the Bentley truck. They were seen at the Privé restaurant the night before. So they knew for a fact that this whole thing came down to, okay, they know Yo Gotti actually was using CMG to try to do a whole personal attack on Young Dolph, because he signed Black Youngster to basically inherit the beef as a crash test dummy. Yo Gotti knew he couldn't do none of this on himself, on his own. Yo Gotti can't get his hands dirty. He's not like that. Yo Gotti, he can't go and step face to face with Young Dolph, with somebody like Young Dolph. He's way too scared. He's way too, like, definitely in a position where he would lose it all. So Yo Gotti got scared and used his brother and Govan Hernandez to try to take out his own personal beef with somebody that he got. Yo Gotti basically, he couldn't man up to the fact that he couldn't get over this beef that started from his girl choosing Dolph. This is a news flash, everybody. Everybody in Memphis already knows this. The sources told me exactly what's going on. If you've been paying close attention to this whole entire thing, you would know exactly what I'm talking about, man. They found it all. This whole thing is solved. They know for a fact that Black Youngster was seen with Big Jook. They went and gave the money to Cornelius Smith. That's when Cornelius Smith, he got paid to go take the Benz. He pulled up at the Benz, took Straight Drop. Straight Drop and them were told by Big Jook, go to the cookie shop and run up in the front of the parking lot by Young Dolph car and make it look like you did something. That's why they were shaking the Dracos. Young Dolph got taken down at a whole nother place. They brought him in the U-Haul to the cookie shop, man. It's already been proven, man. Big Moochie Grape was already being interviewed about the fact that he changed his Turkey Drive location and they were the ones that last had the U-Haul. Why did the U-Haul end up being like driven by somebody else to the cookie shop? Why can't the cookie shop produce the footage of everybody that came in and out of that parking lot, including the delivery vans? They tricked everybody and told everyone that the cookie shop was open late overnight because they had so many orders that they were backed up that they had to have the delivery trucks running all night. That sounds like a good excuse to cover up the fact that why Young Dolph was taken out of the U-Haul. They put him in a wheelbarrow. Somebody said they seen a black garbage bag. It looked like it was 6'5", and the last time we checked, Young Dolph was 6'4". So you got to understand, they set Young Dolph up at the whole, whenever he got his keys taken from the interview at the West Treatment Center where they interviewed him and everything like that. Everybody took pictures with him. The lady with the mask snuck her hand in his pocket and literally took the keys out of his jacket. Once she took the keys out of his jacket, this dude who looked just like Yo Gotti, but younger, shows up in an apron with a mask on. He looked like he don't even work at the place, at the medical center, but they gave him a pair of scrubs and something to put on real quick so that he could take the keys out of the girl's hand and run out and they could start the whole play in the operation. That girl ended up leaving early that day because she knew she was part of the whole setup and everything like that. And this is why nobody was answering Young Dolph calls, because they took his phone from him. They took his phone and had somebody that sound like Young Dolph and talking and telling them to meet at the community center, but then last second be like, no, we changing the address to the cookie shop. It was supposed to be at the cookie shop already. They threw everybody off by having all these different locations, all these different turkey drives. All of a sudden, when Young Dolph was the only person doing the turkey drive last year, and the year before that, and the year before that, but then the year that he get hit up, all of a sudden it's 10 turkey drives. Exactly. Make it make sense, y'all. A lot of people, this went over their head. The fact that the cookie shop, of course they got something to do with this. It's a small town. Makita's raving. She's already into it with Key Glock. Her 901 Trigger Trey's already beefing with PRE. She's clicked up with Trula Mafia and Double R and everything. She was whole set tripping and all that. This is why they kicked Raven out of these groups. They stopped going to all of them parties that she kept putting on her flyer. Makita's Raven, she's known for organizing these parties and making two enemy groups come together and then have something happen at every single one of these events that she throws. This is why Makita's Raven, she wanted to be in charge of the Young Dolph turkey drive at the cookie shop. That's why when she found out that the turkey drive was happening in the parking lot of the cookie shop, this is when Raven sent the location to Moneybaggyo, Black Youngster, Yo Gotti, Govan, and Big Jook. She basically dropped Young Dolph location to his ops because she knew that she would get some type of reward for that. She said she wanted to be a CMG manager. She said she wanted to be a part of Yo Gotti's team, and this is her way of being able to do that, man. And this is all alleged because everything that was said, this is coming out of her mouth. She was interviewed on the radio station, and she said she wanted to be a manager for CMG. She said her dream was to work for Yo Gotti. And so this is when they actually have a chance to set up Young Dolph, and the people that's all in play is the same ones who's actually already like said that they would do something for CMG and for Yo Gotti. So this is when everybody sit back and looking at it like, okay, they actually tried to plan this. They plotted on Dolph. They drew up on the chalkboard and everything. And now they all coming down because each one of these people they telling. They going to tell on Makita's Raven. They're going to tell on Yo Gotti. They're going to tell on everybody else. Black Youngster, he's sitting back waiting to take down Yo Gotti right now because he got deal wrong in CMG. They tried to throw him under the bus and they got his brother hit up. And that's the same thing that happened to Big Jook, man. Subscribe to the channel, y'all. It's some more breaking news coming out.